Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Eternal Ride. We're going through that time of year that everybody dreads in North Texas. It seems like every year we've got just a few days where it's miserably cold outside. Those of us who do what we do, we have to be outside or in the weather, taking care of the animals, whether it's smoking hot outside or whether it's freezing cold, and we're in that freezing cold time. And in the freezing cold time, we do things to prepare for it. We went over to Dinard's a couple of days ago just to pick up all the supplies that we're going to need. Things like a backup water trough for when the water freezes out in the pasture. We need to throw another one in there while ice is thawing out, so we're not out there trying to bust ice and tearing up our water troughs like we've done in the past. Doing things like just making a game plan on how everybody's going to get taken care of, and the horses, and making sure water hoses get brought inside the barn and stuck in the heated bathroom in there. Just little things that you got to stay on top of in order to make sure that we make it through the cold weather and be able to properly take care of our animals. But it's amazing to me, how much preparation goes into something so insignificant as a couple of days of cold weather. And it got me thinking about how important it is to be prepared. And really, how important is it to be prepared in our walk with the Lord? We don't know when He's coming back. We don't know when our last day is going to be on this earth. And so it's so important to always be prepared. In Matthew chapter 24, starting in verse 36, it's kind of a long read here, but it says, but about the day and hour, no one knows, not even the angels in heaven or the Son, but only the Father. As it was in the days of Noah, so it will be in the coming of the Son of Man. For in the days before the flood, people were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage, up to the day Noah entered the ark. And they knew nothing about what would happen until the flood came and took them all away. And that is how it will be on the coming of the Son of Man. 2 men will be in the field, one will be taken, the other left. 2 women will be grinding at the handmill, and one will be taken and the other left. Therefore, keep watch, because you do not know what day your Lord will come. But understand this, if the owner of the house had known what time of the night the thief was coming, he would have kept watch and would have not let his house be broken into. So you also must be ready, because the Son of Man will come at an hour when it's not expected. And that's something that we have to be prepared for. We don't know if the Lord's going to come tonight, and we don't know if tonight's going to be our last night on this earth. And so we always have to be prepared. If we're not properly prepared, then something much worse than a busted water line is going to happen. Then we're talking about eternal consequences. And as much preparing as we do for the little stuff, as much preparing as we put going into a horse show, as much preparing as we put getting our education, as much preparing as we get, doing all of these things in this life that are temporary, how much more prepared should we be for the coming of the Lord? And if you are prepared, for the Lord to come and you've done your study and you've been obedient and you're doing the things that God would have you to do, are you prepared to bring other people to know the Lord as well? In 1 Peter chapter 3 and in verse 15 it says, but in your hearts revere Christ as Lord. Always be prepared to give an answer to anyone who asks you to give the reason for the hope that you have. And do this with gentleness and respect. It is so important for us to be willing to share our faith to those around us, to be prepared when we have that opportunity to teach the gospel to somebody. Why do we have hope in God? Why do we have hope in going to heaven? It's because of Jesus Christ and His sacrifice and what He went through for us. We have to be prepared to give that answer to people around us so we can bring other people into a right relationship with God as well. If you're listening to this today, I hope that you are prepared. I hope that you've been faithfully following God. And if you're not, get prepared today. Don't wait any longer to get your life right with the Lord. And if you are right with the Lord, don't fear spreading that gospel to people around you, because when that day comes and the Lord returns, We want as many people there as we can to be able to spend eternity with our God and our Savior Jesus Christ in heaven. And I pray this for you, and until next time, I hope you're blessed in all that you do.